Hello, everyone. This is Douglas Eugene Helvey speaking to you today, 20th of September, 2020. I want to make a commitment, and I want to make this commitment known to all who may watch this video. In 2016, I voted for a president, or I should say, a presidential nominee that I wanted to believe in. And if I'm going to be true to myself and true to this video, part of me still wants to believe in this president. But quite frankly, my beliefs are being greatly challenged. And that is what the context of this video is going to be about. Folks, I'm 59 years old. I will turn 60 in November. I gave 20 years of my life to my country's Navy, on which most of the time I enjoyed it. There were good times, there were bad, like anything. There were things that I have seen and things that I have experienced while working as a hospital corpsman in the U.S. Navy I wouldn't wish on anyone else. I would not wish that anyone else have to work on another comrade, another fellow military person who's had both his legs shot off, or another person who had his chest shot open. I actually worked on a patient in '83 when we invaded Grenada, that while this particular patient, who of course will go unnamed, was laying in recovery, and I had the midnight watch to monitor his IV solutions and things of that nature, his only form of communication was a chalkboard. This young man, who had been very severely injured in the line of duty, wrote on that chalkboard, he asked me, "Doc, please unplug all of my cords. I don't want to live like this." Yeah, that one's still stuck in my mind. I was trained to keep people alive and hopefully help bring them back to better health. But needless to say, I have a lot of things up in my head that don't go away. But back to the subject at hand. I am, in fact, 100% disabled veteran of the U.S. Navy. Now, yeah, I'm going to show you right now. I got my hands, and I got my legs with these big-ass feet. I got my beard and my pretty brown eyes. And I got this incredibly gorgeous body. But all them statements right there should tell you that I'm very highly medicated. But seriously, I want to talk tonight about my vote. And as I speak of this, I ask every single disabled veteran out there to put their congressmen, their senators, and the President of the United States to warning, as I have done when I sent a letter to Congressman Murphy of North Carolina, Senator Burr of North Carolina, Senator Tillis of North Carolina, and our current Commander-in-Chief, President of the United States, Donald Trump. All my letters were respectful. As of this point, I have no need to act disrespectful. But I've called the Republicans out on their promises to vets. In 2016, when I helped elect the current president into office, I actually had high hopes that we would see the VA situation dramatically change. I don't see much difference. Personally, I'm still wrestling with issues with the VA that go back to 2009 when I first submitted my package for disability for post-traumatic stress disorder secondary to military conflict, plus a handful of other unseen medical problems. But I believed in him. He talked a good game. And in fairness, as I always try to be fair, the current seated president has kept a fair number of his promises. Having said that, in my opinion, he has not kept his promises to disabled veterans. To this day, there is an estimate that 22 veterans, disabled veterans or other veterans, take their lives every day in this country of ours. There are veterans dying daily, waiting to receive their various benefits, whether financial or medical care, from the Veterans Administration. This is completely and totally unacceptable. And GOP, listen to me very carefully. I am an independent. Do you know what that means? You know what that means? That means my vote can go anywhere I want it to. I can vote for Mickey Mouse if I so choose. It's called a write-in ballot. I am putting the Republican Party and the GOP on notice that if by 03 November 2020, if my 11 years of fighting with the VA have not been brought to a halt with a complete and total success on my behalf, this independent will never, ever again, and I promise this by the God and Goddess and the Great Spirit, I will never again vote for another Republican. Needless to say, I won't vote for a Democrat because, frankly, at this point, I don't trust either party. That's why I'm an independent. As a matter of fact, Joe Jorgensen of the Libertarian Party is looking pretty promising right now. I am challenging all veterans out there. Stop letting the Republican Party control your vote with that one fear that even I myself have been kept in line with for years. And that is the fear of the loss of my right to keep and bear arms, the fear of the loss of our rights based on the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. If we're all going to be honest here, we know what will happen if anybody comes for our guns. There will probably be a second civil war in the United States. I will no longer have my vote cast based on this fear. By the way, Republicans, my vote is also influenced by your overabundance use of the Christian faith as a control mechanism for that party. As a matter of fact, folks, I was a Republican until 1996. Till my eyes opened and I realized the Republican Party had climbed into bed with the religious right. What an eye-opener. From 1996 on, I have been an independent. I am not ruled by the anti-gun crowd of the Democrats, nor will I be ruled by the pro-life Republicans, because no 12 people wearing long black cloaks should tell a woman what to do with her body, nor should they tell a living, breathing non-felon in these United States of America that he or she, being of sound mind and body, should not own a gun. Not on my watch. So, this message is primarily directed at the Republican Party. I am putting you, GOP, on notice. And this is the truth. Because if my benefits, if I am not awarded every single dime of my back pay, I'm not talking part, I'm not talking about a small amount. If I'm not awarded every single dime of my back pay, what I will do on the 3rd of November after I vote for Joe Jorgensen, I'm going to take my 2 Trump hats out in my backyard and I'm going to light them on fire and I'm going to film it. And that will be the next political film you see showing you how you've lost a voter. And when I do that, if I do that, that Republican Party is forever. You may not recognize what I'm about to say, but I'm a quadruple Scorpio. For those of you who understand that, that means I don't screw around. When I decide on something, it's decided on, pure and simple, and I never turn back. So, I will conclude this video at this time. I've always believed in money talks, BS walks. So, Republican Party, I'm not putting up with your bullshit anymore. I'm not going to be kept in line by fears of loss of my gun rights. I'm going to think outside of the box that you try to put veterans and gun owners in. I'm calling on all gun owners, and especially gun owners who are disabled veterans. Think outside the box. Think as an independent. Do not be ruled by Democrats or Republicans. Do not be kept in line by broken promises. I call on all of you to challenge your politically elected officials and give them the same challenge. And if you stick by your metaphorical guns, we will all see our benefits. Or who knows? We may see a Biden presidency.